international organization that had made it their own mandate to leverage on countries like Nigeria. They are also friends of the country. But coming from home, let me call Godi Momo, our own brother, the regional head, to introduce the group.
No worries. We are glad to visit Voice of Nigeria, and we are so glad to visit Nigeria. It's my first time here in this great country, and Nigeria is one of the highest contributors to our organization. It's the third among 57 contributors to our organization. And it's important to build relationship with the media here to project our projects that helps in the improvement of the status of the economic
reference point. If there's any confusion about news anywhere, they normally get back to us. Where is it? They go through either our website or our radio, and they do their own cross-check. And we are in all platforms. But later they will explain to you. But we want to have remained and made us relevant is that we are not adding or subtracting the news from Nigeria and Africa. We give the news as it is, because we are not trying to pursue to impress anybody, but let the facts and the accuracy of our news is our uniqueness and our distinction.
We are socio-economic financial institution. We are not commercial bank. Because people will see the word bank there, they will think it's just an Islamic bank, maybe extending their outreach to other countries. No, we are just like the World Bank and the African Development Bank. We are also a development-oriented institution.
There is no development without ample resources. Machines cannot work without electricity. Humans cannot optimize themselves without electricity. Electricity is like the bedrock or the backbone that holds the whole human upright. So I was particularly very impressed, and more impressed that you're into financing green energy. For us in Voice of Nigeria, that is the future. That is something that we don't have a choice as not just Voice of Nigeria, as Nigeria, and not just Nigeria, as Africa, but to invest in. We have ample resources, green resources, that can provide us with electricity. Unfortunately, funding or financing to exploit some of these resources has been minimal. I am very hopeful that the Islamic Development Bank can work with the Nigerian government and work with probably institutions like ours to support the growth or utilization of green energy.
But I want to answer to one question. I know maybe you will don't have it, but sometimes we are people are saying that we are using the bank or the finance to Islamization of some people who are not Muslims, which is not true. We have member countries like the World Bank, like the UN, like the African Union have member countries, and we are supporting them in their development needs.
Impact on people. By telling the right stories about the success stories, we will be able also to generate more funds for the media and also for the development projects, because people will see and will listen to the impact they make on the ground, to feedback from the people. With the digital platform you have now, rather than telling people stories, telling people about what you're doing, telling people about our projects, we have a platform to hear from them, to hear back about the impact they feel, to hear back about the gap.
The Minister of Finance is the IDB governor in Nigeria. So all requests go through her. Whether technical requests, loan requests, all kinds of requests must go through the ministry. Now, just to give you an idea of how we structure, how the model is structured, you have the prime mover for the project. You submit it to Federal Ministry of Finance. They evaluate your project. If they move it forward, it goes to Federal Executive Council. They evaluate it at the Federal Executive Council level, then it goes to the National Assembly. From the National Assembly, it goes into the borrowing plan for the country. At that stage, the Federal Ministry of Finance will invite us to come and take the project and finance it.
But you have come to a place where I think that we should be able to work together. If you look at the advantages of language, HMB is there for Arabic, for example, and we also have some guys in French. They are not here. Fulfulde, Hausa, English, Kiswahili. And if you look at, when there's Arabic, of course I started with it. When you look at in terms of development, they say Africa is still backward, even though we have the resources. So if the resources are here, it also follows that Africa is the investment destination. And I think that the Islamic Development Bank cannot therefore lag behind.